Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video I wanted to briefly show you guys a really important location in Fallout 76 that I guess in my opinion is severely underrated. If you guys looked in the Atomic Shop this week, you will notice there is a big Brotherhood of Steel themed kind of items, and they added the Taggarty's Thunder paint. But when I saw that, I immediately kind of flashed back to last week when I was doing my weekly challenges, and I was here at Spruce Knob Lake, kind of at the bottom of the Savage Divide in the south of the map. And as I was exploring around, I remembered, or I guess I kind of stumbled upon, this location that I had completely forgotten about, and that is what I want to show off for you guys today. And this location, at least in my opinion, is the birth of the Brotherhood of Steel. So, what am I talking about here? Let's go check it out. Alright. So again, I am down here at Spruce Knob Lake, just below Foundation, and when you're kind of running around here, it's it's very easy to miss this little area right there, kind of hidden below the cliffs there. So what we're going to do is bounce over there, and we're going to go find out what is below here. Well, I'm sure I know, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know what's down here. You can see wrong way, all that. But this is the last refuge of Taggarty's Thunder in Appalachia. Now, I'm going to be completely level with you guys here. I went back and did some research on Taggarty's Thunder and made sure that this was the place that I thought it was. But again, it's been a long time since I've done the whole Brotherhood of Steel quest, so if I forget little details or whatever, please forgive me. But to the best of my ability, I'm going to try to recount to you what I mean by the birthplace of the Brotherhood of Steel. Okay, so in layman's terms, Taggarty's Thunder was outperforming war games with a division of the United States Marine Corps or whatever. They were the adversaries. If you don't know what war games are, if you guys have ever seen the show like Band of Brothers or anything like that, there's scenes in that where while they're training and while they're in boot camp, whatever, they'll kind of split off into two teams. Like a scrimmage. That's the word I'm looking for, a scrimmage. And they'll go out into the woods and basically, you're all on the same side there, but you're pretending like you're in the battlefield and like you're strategizing and sending troops here and there and taking outposts and doing all that. So war games, for the most part, it's like playing in airsoft in the backyard with your friends, but just on a bigger scale. And the U.S. military, I think to this day, still does that. It would be important. I find it funny if the U.S. military wasn't doing things like that. But anyways, while Taggarty's Thunder was out playing war games against the United States Marines, the apocalypse happened, and the bombs dropped, and they were so invested in what they were doing, they actually thought it was part of the war games they were playing. Eventually, though, kind of reality set in, and they realized that, shit really did hit the fan. So, across the point of however long they were out there, they ended up coming here because of the Scorch Plague and this and that and other enemies out in Appalachia. Their numbers were dwindling, so, they had to hide somewhere and make sure that they were safe. And while they were here, they were going over some radio transmissions, as far as I can tell, and Taggarty, I forget what her first name is, I should know this, but Taggarty, Captain Taggarty, whatever her name is, the leader of Taggarty's Thunder, was actually friends with Roger Maxson, and Roger Maxson, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, is the founder of the Brotherhood of Steel, and he founded it by absolutely capping those FEV scientists at Mariposa. After that happened, the United States military completely disavowed Maxson and called him a traitor. And this was maybe about a day or two before the bombs dropped. Maybe a little bit more than that, a little bit less. I forget. But anyways, after that happened, Roger Maxson was looking for allies, and he was trying to send messages back to Appalachia in hopes that somebody would pick up the phone. And thankfully, Elizabeth Taggarty, that's her name, I know that's her name, Elizabeth Taggarty, picked up the call, and I'm sure you guys know the story from there. She started the Brotherhood out here, they went to Camp Venture, set up things there, and now we have the New Dawn Brotherhood of Steel at Fort Atlas, so that's where it is. But there are some notes and holotapes laden around this area that'll kind of give us insight into how all of that happened. So, let me see. That's August 29th, that holotape. Which one is over here? War games. Okay, so let's start with this one. I'm going to mute my mic, and hopefully you guys will be able to hear all this. I'm going to turn up my audio a little bit too, or a little bit more, so that you guys will be able to hear this pretty well. Okay, here we go.
We're in the mission boundary, right, Weber?
We're at Spruce Knob, 2 clicks. We're 2 clicks from the edge.
So we hug the line, move hard, move fast, and we may catch the Marines with their pants down.
LT, you may want to listen to this.
What is it, Moreno?
The comm. Chatter's weird. Let me...
No. Confirm nuclear strike on New York. Shit.
Oh, God. It's the end. The end!
Keep all... The whole channel's been, locked. Not sure how they're doing that.
Man, the brass has gone all out. Is this part of the war game, Lieutenant?
In the event of a nuclear exchange, we are to immediately seek orders from a superior. For the purpose of these war games, however, we are completely on our own, cut off from command.
Any standing orders we can fall back on, Lieutenant?
None that I know of.
Whoa! Did you...
There's one over there, too.
Mother of...
This isn't no war game.
Turn that off.
And there you go, folks. That is exactly what I detailed to you. They were out in the middle of God knows where, and they saw the bombs drop, and they were like, is this part of the war games? And then it kind of set in that this was something a lot more serious. So, as I was walking around there, I noticed a note here that said War Games orders. Let's read what their orders were for the War Games. All right. To Lieutenant Elizabeth Taggarty, I knew I was right. Your unit, now specified as friendly, is ordered to act as U.S. Special Forces deployed behind enemy lines in an unspecified Chinese province. You are tasked with sabotaging target armored personnel carrier. Secondary objective is to gather Chinese field intelligence. Although stealth is advised and preferred, friendly can achieve any objectives in can achieve objectives in any manner. There are 2 detachments of Marines posing as hostile Chinese forces. For the duration of this operation, friendly must act on its own initiative. Further details in supplemental booklet. So, as she said there in the holotape, they were completely on their own. Even for the purpose of the war games, they were supposed to be on their own. No chain of command or anything like that. So, it was kind of a John McClane scenario, wrong place, wrong time. They just happened to be playing a game where they weren't supposed to use communications when they needed communications the most. So, moving around in here, I saw that there are some other things labeled with the dates. We're going to start with the earliest date, which is this holotape over here, and this is labeled August 29th, 2077. So let's see what they have going on here. And this is before the bombs dropped, so let's listen to this.
Trying band, AH-13. Lieutenant, I got something.
I can't make anything out.
Sorry, working on it.
Maxon to Appalachia. Repeat, this is Captain Roger Maxon.
Give that to me.
Seeking any...
Lieutenant Taggarty here. Captain, it's you?
Lizzie. Damn. It's good to hear a friendly voice.
Captain, I heard you're a traitor.
Traitor. If disobeying unconscionable orders makes you a traitor, then I suppose I am. Lizzie, I'm glad you're alive, but I need to find someone in Appalachia. Someone dependable.
That's where I am. The Thunder was running war games against some jarheads.
So they're still in one piece. By God, Lizzie, this is good news.
Roger, you're a traitor. I could be court-martialed even talking to you.
Lizzie, look around you. The army's gone. America has fallen. I know you have questions, but we need to talk. There are things I learned at Mariposa. I got a scientist with me, Dr. Takano. We'll set up a secure channel. I'll answer all your questions then.
Captain...
Lizzie, you know me. We need to talk.
We'll monitor this band. Taggarty out.
Okay, folks, so as I was listening to that, I was kind of putting the date and stuff together, and I could be wrong about this, But I'm looking on the wiki right now, and it says, on October 20th, 2077, Captain Maxon declared his unit in full secession from the United States, attempting to force the government to respond to the situation at Mariposa. So that holotape was labeled like August 27th, 2077. Maybe I'm reading into this wrong, but I think that Bethesda might have mislabeled that date there. Because that is after it looks like the bombs dropped, the military's gone, all that. So I think that maybe had been a little bit closer to October 2077 than it was labeled on that holotape there. But let's see what else we have here. So over here we have October 21st, 2077. So this should be right after the bombs drop. Or maybe right before, I'm sorry. Arrived at Appalachia. It's beautiful, safe. The Thunder's treating the whole thing as an extended field trip. Asked Wilson to knock some sense into them. A favorable performance evaluation could mean choice assignments in upcoming offensive. These war games are being monitored closely. It feels something big is around the corner. I sympathize with the men, though. Man, it's good to be back in America, and after the games, a 2-week furlough. De Silva grew up around here. She offered to show us around the local watering holes, but mission first. So that's that note we have there, and that is what looks like right before the bombs dropped, which is, again, why I'm so confused about that holotape that was there. I think that date should have been changed. And then we have our final note up here, and this is after the bombs dropped. So let's see what they got. The radio chatters of madness and death, and most of all, chaos. No one's in charge. Moreno picked up some government transmissions out of Charleston, but no military command. We're supposed to reestablish a chain of command, but after what Maxon said, so this is, okay, that date has to be wrong. Could our government really be using military prisoners as test subjects, injecting them with experimental serums like guinea pigs? I can't believe it. Well, you better believe it. I'm going off book here, but the first priority is survive. Gather supplies, hunker down, and make it through the winter. De Silva says there is a survival training camp northeast of here. Hopefully we can come to some arrangement. The next time a storm hits us, we set out. If we do it right, no one will even know. If we do it right, no one will even know see us. Okay, I was making sure that I didn't. Okay, so that's another typo right there. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, folks. I just kind of wanted to point this place out because this is such a cool little location. I'm not sure if you can build a camp in here. Let me just really quickly, check. Yeah, you can't build a camp in here. It'd be really cool if you could. Maybe in custom worlds you could, but yeah. All right, so bottom line here, folks, though. This tiny little cave in the middle of nowhere on the kind of the corner of this little lake, at least to my understanding, is where Elizabeth Taggarty first came into contact with Roger Maxon, and that is when he told her everything that was going on at Mariposa, everything that was going on with the U.S. government, and, I guess in turn, starting the Brotherhood of Steel out here in Appalachia. Now, at that moment, they might not have known what they were creating, but nevertheless, they did create it. So guys, in lieu of an Atomic Shop video going over all of the Taggarty's Thunder stuff that came out today, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a lore, a little bit of a historical whatever, about the history of the Brotherhood of Steel and Taggarty's Thunder. So, I want to say, if I messed up on anything regarding the lore or facts or, stuff with the story, please let me know. I want to be on my game with this stuff, but I figured this would be kind of a nice thing just to discuss. And yeah, that's really all I have for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please keep this location in mind. I think it is one of the most important locations in 76, and it is often forgotten. So there you have it, folks. My name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.